Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Nitya Leela Pravishtom Vishnupad Paramhamsa Paribraja Kacharya Astotara Satasishiman His Divine Grace Avai Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Nitya Leela Pravishtom Vishnupad Paramhamsa Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Prabhupada Ki Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Shad Goswami Prabhu's Ki Prem Se Gosi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Sri Sri Radha Krishna Go Gopinath Sham Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki Vrindavan Dham Ki Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Ganga Devi Jamuna Mai Ki Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani Ki Nama Sankirtan Ki Harinam Mahamantra Ki Brihat Mridanga Seva Ki Parama Karuna Sri Sri Gaur Nityananda Ki Samveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namaste Narasingaya Pralada Lada Dayane Namaste Narasingaya Pralada Lada Dayane Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Silatanka Nakalaye Yato Nasingha Parato Nasingha Yato Yato Yami Tato Nasingha Bahirna Shringo Hridayena Shringo Nishringamadhyam Sharanam Prapadye. Tava Kara Kamala Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadita Narahadi Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Avakara Kamalavade Nakam Adbhuta Singham Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadita Narahadi Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Narahari, Narahari, Jaya Narahari, Jaya Narahari. Jaya Gaura Hare, Gaura Hare, Gaura Hare, Jaya Gaura Hare. Jaya Gaura Hare, Gaura Hare, Gaura Hare, Jaya Gaura Hare. Jai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Shringadev Bhagwan ki jai, Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki, Gaur Premanande. Om Vrindai Tulasi Debai Priyaki Savasacha Vishnu Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavachai Namo Namaha. Vrindai Tulasi Debai Priyaki Savasacha Vishnu Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavachai Namo Namaha. Vrindayai Tulasi Debai Priyaki Savasacha Vishnu Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavachai Namo Namaha. Srimati Brinda Devi Tulsi Maharani ki. Tulasi Krishna Priyasi Namo Namo. Braja Radha Krishna Seva Pavo Eya Bilasi Ye Tomara Saranaloy Parabancha Purna Hoy Kripa Kori Korotari Vrindavan Basi Bilas, Bilas Kunje Diobas Nayane Haribo Sada Yugala Ruparasi Nibedanadaro Sakir Anugata Koro Kunje Sevayadi Koro Diye Koro Nijodasi Sevayadi Koro Diye Koro Nijodasi Koro Brajavasi Vina Krishna Dase Koi Ye Namo Rahoy Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sadai Nabasi Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sadai Nabasi Yani Chapa Pani Vamaha Chadikani Cha Tani Tani Pranashan Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Jayo Brinde, Jayo Brinde, Jayo Brinde, Jayo Brinde. Jayo Tulsi Maharani, Tulsi Maharani, Tulsi Maharani, Jaya Tulsi Maharani. Jaya Tulsi Maharani. Om Brindai Tulasi Debai Priya Keshava Sacha Vishnu Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavachai Namo Namaha. Brindai Tulasi Debai Priya Keshava Sacha Vishnu Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavachai Namo Namaha. Brindaya Tulasi Devai Priya Keshava Sacha Vishnu Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavachai Namo Namaha. Srimati Brinda Devi Tulsi Maharani Ki. Oh Tulsi, beloved of Krishna, I bow before you again and again. My desire is to obtain the service of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. Whoever takes shelter of you has his wishes fulfilled. Bestowing your mercy upon him, you make him a resident of Vrindavan. My desire is that you will also grant me residence in the pleasure groves of Sri Vrindavan Dham. Thus, within my vision, I will always behold the beautiful pastimes of Radha and Krishna. I beg you, make me a follower of the cowherd damsels of Braj. Please give me the privilege of devotional service. Make me your own maidservant, very fallen and lowly servant of Krishna. Praise. May I always swim in the love of Sri Radha and Govinda.
Madhvanatas tu sa eva naparaha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Chaitanya Siksastakam ki jai. Glory to Shri Krishna Sankirtan. This cleanses the heart of all the dust of the years, and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is a prime benediction for humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction mood. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to the living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw on the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to render all service. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I have any number of followers. Beautiful women, all causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet somehow or other I have fallen into this ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your holy name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so, even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. Shri Chaitanya Siksastakam ki jai. There are 10 offenses in the matter of chanting the holy names of the Lord that should be avoided, and they are as follows. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who dedicate their lives to propagating the holy names of the Lord. 2. To consider the names of the demigods, like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma, to be equal to or independent of the names of Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna as imagination. 6. To give some mundane interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name of the Lord. 8. To consider the glory of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities or karma conduct. 9. To instruct the faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name, and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions in this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Now, let us offer our most humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desire trees that can fulfill the desires of everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Shri Guru Vastika prayers. The spiritual master is receiving benediction from the ocean of mercy. Just as a cloud pours water on the forest fire to extinguish it, so the spiritual master delivers the materially afflicted world by extinguishing the blazing fire of material existence. From my respectful obeisance unto the lotus feet of such a spiritual master who is an ocean of auspicious qualities, chanting the holy name, dancing in ecstasy, singing and playing musical instruments. The spiritual master is always gladdened by the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he is relishing the mellows of pure devotion within his mind. Sometimes his hair stands on end. He feels quivering in his body, and tears flow from his eyes like waves. For my respectful obeisance unto the lotus feet of such a spiritual master. The spiritual master is always engaged in the temple worship of Shri Radha and Krishna. He also engages his disciples in such worship. They dress the deities in beautiful clothes and ornaments, clean their temple, and perform other similar worship of the Lord. For my respectful obeisance unto the lotus feet of such a spiritual master. The spiritual master is always offering Krishna 4 kinds of delicious food, analyzes that which is licked, chewed, drunk, and sucked. When the spiritual master sees that the devotees are satisfied by eating Bhagavat Prasada, he is satisfied. For my respectful obeisance unto the lotus feet of such a spiritual master. The spiritual master is always eager to hear and chant about the unlimited conjugal pastimes of Radhika and Madhava and their qualities, names, and forms. The spiritual master aspires to relish these at every moment. I offer my respectful obeisance unto the lotus feet of such a spiritual master. The spiritual master is very dear because he is expert at assisting the gopis who at different times make different tasteful arrangements for the perfection of Radha and Krishna's conjugal loving affairs within the groves of Vrindavana. I offer my most humble obeisance unto the lotus feet of such a spiritual master. The spiritual master is to be honored as much as the Supreme Lord because he is the most confidential servitor of the Lord. This is acknowledged in all revealed scriptures and followed by all authorities. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisance unto the lotus feet of such a spiritual master, who is a bona fide representative of Shri Hare Krishna. By the mercy of the spiritual master, one receives the benediction of Krishna. Without the grace of the spiritual master, one cannot make any advancement. Therefore, I should always remember and praise the spiritual master. At least 3 times a day, I should offer my respectful obeisance unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Vaishnava Acharyas Ki Jai. Shri Guru Pranama prayers Ki Jai. Om Aganyat Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manubhistam Sapitam Yena Bhutali Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dati Swapadantikam Bandeham Shri Gurun Shri Jatahapati Kamalan Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaguna Rakunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Saidvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahaguna Lalita Shivishaka Nivitam Sa Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutali Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvita Sunyavadi Paskatya Desatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shivasavani Videvi Daitaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayane Prabhave Namaha Madhur Ujvala Premadya Shri Rupa Nuga Bhaktida Shri Kura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupa Nuga Virudapa Apasiddhanta Dvantaharine Namo Guru Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachitananda Namine Gura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravir Baba Bhumestvam Nirdesta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhumasri Jagannatayate Namaha Panchakalpa Tirabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahabodhanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namne Guru Chase Namaha Panchatatmatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avataram Bhaktakam Namami Bhakta Saktikam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Chayatam Suratur Pangur Mama Mandamate Gati Matsarva Swapadam Bojo Radha Madana Mohano Divyad Vindaranya Kalpadumadaha Shimad Ratnagara Simhasanastito Shimad Radha Shila Govinda Devo Prestali Bihi Sevyamanam Smarami Shiman Rasa Rasa Rambi Vamsivata Tatastita Karsan Venuswaner Gopir Gopinatak Striyestruna Tapta Kanchana Gurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanustute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Shri Guru Pranama prayers ki jai. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhuti Smata Namaste. Shri Brahma Samhita ki jai. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadi Radhir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Chintamani Prakar Masukalpa Vriksha Laksha Vrite Susurabhira Vipaliyantam Lakshmi Sahasra Satasam Brahma Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Venum Kvanantam Aravinda Dalayataksham Parhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Visesa Sobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Alola Chandra Kalasadvanamalya Vamsi Ratnam Gadam Pranaya Kela Kalavilasam Shamam Tribangala Litanyata Prakasam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Rittimanti Pasyanti Panti Kalyanti Chiram Jaganti Anand Shimaya Sadujvala Vigrahasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Vatam Ashrutam Anadim Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vede Sudurlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Pantastu Koti Satavatsara Sampragamyo Vayoratapi Manaso Muni Pungamanam Sopyasti Yat Prapadasimya Vichintya Tatve Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ekopya Sora Chayatum Jagadanda Kotim Hakti Rasti Jagadanda Chayayadanta Andanta Rasta Paramanu Chayanta Rastam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yad Bhava Bhavita Diyo Manajasta Taiva Samprapya Rupa Mahima Sanayana Bhusa Suktaryameva Nigamas Pratitaistuvanti Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabis Tabirya Eva Nicharupa Tayakalabhi Goloka Eva Nivasat Akilatma Bhuto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santak Sadeva Hidayesu Vilokayanti Yam Sama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ramadi Murti Sukalani Amenatistan Nanavataram Akarod Bhuvanesa Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramam Pumam Yo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Jagananda Kotim Kotisrasesu Vasudadi Vibhuti Binam Tad Brahma Niskalam Anantam Asesa Bhutam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Maya Hiyasya Jagadanda Satani Sute Trigun Yatad Vishaya Veda Vitayamanam Sattva Valambi Parasattvam Visuddha Sattvam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasat Mataya Manasu Ya Praninam Pratifalam Sparatam Upetya Vilayatena Bhuvanani Jayaya Jasram Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Golokanamni Nijatamni Tale Chatasya Devi Mahesu Haridama Sute Sutesu Te Te Prabhava Nichaya Vihitascha Yena Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Shristi Stati Pralaya Sadhava Sakti Reka Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Vibharti Durga Ichyanurupam Apiyasya Chatesta Tesa Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Shiram Yata Dadi Vikara Visesa Yogat Sanjayate Nahitatak Pritakasti Etu Ya Sambhutam Apitata Samapaitikar Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Dipachareva Hitasantaram Abhyupetya Dipayate Vitahetu Samanu Dharma Yastadrikeva Hicha Vishnu Taya Vibhati Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yakarnanana Vajale Vajatisma Yoga Snidram Nanantam Jagadanda Saromakupa Adhara Saktim Avalambya Param Smavurtim Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasyaika Niswasitakala Matavalambya Chivanti Loma Vilaja Jagadandanata Vishnur Mahansa Yasya Kala Viseso Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Pasman Yatasma Sakalesu Nijesu Tija Sriyam Kiyat Prakatayat Apitad Vadatra Brahmaya Esa Jagadanda Vidana Karta Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yat Pada Palava Yugam Vinidaya Kumbha Dvandve Pranama Samaye Sakanadi Raja Vignan Vihantam Alamasya Jagatrayasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Agnir Mahi Gaganamambu Maruddhisascha Kalastatatma Manasitti Jagatrayani Yasmad Bhavanti Vibhavanti Visanti Yamcha Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yaschak Suresa Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Suramurti Rasesa Teja Yasyagaya Brahmati Samrita Kala Chakro Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Dharmo Tapapa Nichaya Srutayastapamsi Brahma Dikita Patagava Dayasya Jiva Yadata Matra Vibhavas Prakatasva Baba Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yastrindra Gopra Matavendra Mahosva Kamra Bandhanu Rupa Falabhaja Lamatanoti Karmani Nirda Hatikinshud Bhakti Bhajam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yam Krodha Kama Sahaja Pranayadi Bitti Vatsadya Moha Guru Gora Vasevya Bhavai Santi Jyatasya Jasim Tamahapurete Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Shri Yakanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpatarabo Druma Bhumis Chintamani Ganamayi Prayam Amritam Kata Ganam Natyam Gamanam Apivamsi Priyasaki Chidarandam Jyoti Param Apitad Aswadyam Apicha Sayatrak Shiradi Bihi Shravati Surabhibhyascha Sumahan Nipe Sardakyo Vavrajati Nahiyatrapi Samaya Bhaje Sritadritam Tamaham Iha Golokam Itiyam Vidantas Te Santakshiti Viralacharakati Paye Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Brahma Samhita Ki Jai Nama Om Vishvara Krishna Buddhi Samachpati Namaste Saraswati Devi. Today we begin, well, we already started chapter 5, Narada's instructions on Srimad Bhagavatam for Vyasadeva. So Narada says, Sutta Goswami said, thus the sage amongst the gods, Narada, comfortably seated and apparently smiling, addressed the rishi amongst the brahmanas, Vedavyasa. Purport, Narada was smiling because he well knew the great sage Vyasa, Vedavyasa, and the cause of his disappointment, as he will explain gradually. Vyasadeva's disappointment was due to insufficiency in presenting the science of devotional service. Narada knew the defect, and it was confirmed by the position of Vyasa. Addressing, text 2, addressing Vyasadeva, the son of Parasara, Narada inquired, "Are you satisfied by identifying with the body or the mind as the objects of self-realization?" And purport by Srila Prabhupada. This was a hint by Narada to Vyasadeva regarding the cause of his despondency. Vyasadeva, as a descendant of Parasara, a greatly powerful sage, had the privilege of having a great parentage, which should not have given Vyasadeva cause for despondency. Being a great son of a great father, he should not have identified the self with the body or the mind. Ordinary men with a poor fund of knowledge can identify the body as self or the mind as self, but Vyasadeva should not have done so. One cannot be cheerful by nature unless one is factually seated in self-realization, which is transcendental to the material body and mind. And we're just going over these so everyone's in context. Text 3, your inquiries were full and your studies were also well fulfilled, and there is no doubt that you have prepared a great and wonderful work, the Mahabharata, which is full of all kinds of Vedic sequences elaborately explained. Purport. The despondency of Vyasadeva was certainly not due to his lack of sufficient knowledge, because as a student he had fully inquired about the Vedic literatures, as a result of which the Mahabharata is compiled with full explanation of the Vedas. Text 4. You have fully delineated the subject of impersonal Brahman, as well as the knowledge derived therefrom. Why should you be despondent in spite of all this, thinking that you are undone, my dear Prabhu? Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Vedanta Sutra, or Brahma Sutra, compiled by Sri Vyasadeva, is the full deliberation of the impersonal absolute feature, and it is accepted as the most exalted philosophical exposition in the world. It covers the subject of eternity, and the methods are scholarly. So there cannot be any doubt about the transcendental scholarship of Vyasadeva. So why should he lament? See, now this is an extremely important point. One can be an expert in the Vedic literatures. For example, Sankaracharya wrote the commentary on the Vedanta Sutra called Sarirak Bhasya. But he completely misunderstood. Well, actually, he purposely misunderstood, because he had a duty that was to reorient the authority, or reestablish the authority of the Vedas, and basically stop the hegemony, or the dominance of Buddhism in India. And he did it. But he did it by giving a false Buddhist-like interpretation of the Vedas. But he reestablished the authority of the Vedas. But he gave a certain type of interpretation that was acceptable to the Buddhists. Right. But what was not acceptable was reestablishing the authority of the Vedas, because Buddha had renounced the Vedas. So Sankaracharya attained the purpose that he was given by Lord Narayana, that was to reestablish the authority of the Vedas and stop the prominence of Buddhism in India. So this Vedanta Sutra is revealed here as a full deliberation of the impersonal absolute feature, and is accepted by most exalted philosophical as the most exalted philosophical exposition in the world. It covers the subject of eternity, and the methods are scholarly. So there cannot be any doubt about the transcendental scholarship of Vyasadeva. So why should he lament? Well, because that is not the end of spiritual progression. There's something more than the impersonal Brahman. There's something more than the philosophical understanding of the absolute truth. the next stage is Paramatma, and then after that is Krishna. And with that comes transcendental love for the Lord. That is much higher understanding of the absolute truth than simply the Brahmajyoti or the impersonal Brahman. And this is what most people don't understand. And Mayavad philosophy is like a permanent red light. It stops you from going forward because it falsely claims it's nothing beyond the Brahman state. And even their understanding of Brahman is incomplete because Brahman is Vedanti tattvavidas tattvanyajganamadvayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti sabhyate. There's three levels of Brahman understanding. One is the Brahmajyoti, of course, or the impersonal effulgence coming from the body of Krishna. And the second is Paramatma, the localized aspect of the Lord in every atom of the universe, in the heart of every living entity. But way above that is Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, who you cannot understand unless, or you have to be liberated first from the influence of the modes of material nature. But still you cannot understand Krishna unless you're actually trained by pure devotees of the Lord in love and devotion, in bhakti. Sri Vyasadeva said, "All you have said about me is perfectly correct. Despite all this, I'm not pacified. I therefore question you about the root cause of my dissatisfaction. For you are a man of unlimited knowledge due to your being the offspring of one," meaning Brahma, "who is self-born, without mundane father and mother." So Narada is the disciple of Lord Brahma, and Brahma is, it says, self-born. Actually, he's born. He doesn't have a mother and father. He's born from the navel of Garbhodakshay Vishnu. And purport: in the material world, everyone is engrossed with the idea of identifying the body or the mind with the self. As such, all knowledge disseminated in the material world is related either with the body or with the mind, and that is the root cause of all despondencies. So this is the problem with normal education today. Everything is based on the body and the mind. In other words, it is a death trap. It doesn't permit anyone to advance spiritually. In fact, it precludes their possibility of advancing spiritually by just studying material knowledge, because it'll stop with the mind. It doesn't go to the intelligence or the soul. So people become dumber by just studying material knowledge. They become dumber. Actually, they become stupid. Why? Because there's a stoppage. There's this idea there's nothing beyond this. Why? Because the materialist cannot measure the soul. Therefore, they say it doesn't exist. Just like a blind man doesn't see the sun shining. So when his friend says, "Oh, it's a beautiful day today, the sun is shining so nicely," the blind man says, "I don't see it, therefore I don't believe it." That's the point. The scientists cannot measure the soul, and they can't measure the super soul, which is even smaller than the soul. Because as we read in Bhagavad Gita 8:9, it says that the super soul enters into the heart of the Jiva Atma. So in other words, the Jiva Atma is smaller than an atom, and Krishna is even smaller than that. Therefore, Krishna is called smaller than the smallest, and bigger than the biggest, or greater than the greatest. So how can the scientists understand something? They can't measure his greatness, they can't measure his smallness, they can't see him, therefore they don't believe he exists. But yet, scientists 150 years ago did not believe there was anything as electromagnetic waves carrying information, carrying images, carrying so many things from one place to another, carrying energy from one place to another. Today they believe there are electromagnetic waves. They still can't see them. We don't see them right now going through this room. Right? Would we deny they exist? No, you get your cell phone. Why is it working? It's picking up electromagnetic waves. You see? So they do accept that things exist that they can't see, like electromagnetic waves? Why can't they accept that there are other things that they can't see, that they haven't discovered yet? Because of their enviousness. They want to control nature. So because they can control to a certain extent electromagnetic waves, that's where it stops for the time being, until somebody discovers something else. But they will never discover Krishna because they can't measure him. To a certain extent, they can maybe not measure, but they can theorize about electromagnetic waves, and they have a certain amount of predictability with them. But electromagnetic waves are not everything. There's other unseen things that are happening. So, as long as people just study the mind and the body, according to this, it's the root cause of all despondency. In other words, a person is being condemned to be despondent, anxious, and suffering in life just by studying material knowledge. So, he says, this is not always the root cause, it says here, as such, all knowledge disseminated in the material world is related either with the body or with the mind, and that is the root cause of all despondencies. This is not always detected, even though one may be the greatest erudite scholar in materialistic knowledge. It is good, therefore, to approach a personality like Narada to solve the root cause of all despondencies. Why Narada should be approached is explained below. Hare Krishna. So we'll continue tomorrow. Glory to Srila Prabhupada, Srimad Bhagavatam, Grantaraj Ki Jai. So we have class at 7:30, and Sankirtan will be leaving, well, we'll be meeting at 2 o'clock to go out early, and then our food truck also will be going out today. And the harder it rains, the more people come for prasadam. Is that right, Prabhu? What did you say last week? Yes. And what happened? Yeah. And we brought a lot of prasadam. More people came when it rained. And it was raining really bad last week. Really bad. But fortunately, we had our tents. So they were able to sit under the tents and eat comfortably.